about Joey Essex and working with him and how you guys met. Obviously through the show.
Yeah, Joey didn't go on series 1 of The Only Way is Essex, as I remember. We had Mark Wright on that series, but then Joey decided he wanted to join. So in series 2, he went in. And I remember sitting at home, Chinese takeaway on my lap. I think it was a Sunday evening. The Only Way is Essex popped up. And they have a strap line, which is basically the name comes up on the screen of the person. And it said, Joey Essex. And I'm thinking, Joey Essex on The Only Way is Essex? That's not real, this can't be real. And I called a guy who worked for me, and he said, yeah, that's his name. I said, I need to meet this lad. So we met him, I think, the very next day. We went to a pub in Essex and met him. And he had his passport in his pocket, which was very funny, because I said, is that your real name? And he pulled his passport out. Because I think David Essex, I'm old enough to remember David Essex, a pop star. But I'd never heard anyone with that surname other than that. So
that's such a Joey thing as well, to pull the passport out.
Pull the passport out, to prove it there and then on the spot.
Okay.
It was very funny. I had to get in quick because The Only Way is Essex was a big show, and Joey, he looked like a Ken doll. He just looks, he just looked like Mr. Essex. His hair was groomed,
very perfect looking.
Perfect looking, yeah. And I knew the interest was going to be there, which of course it was. And so I just thought, when you have meetings like this, you've just got to be straight to the point. And I said, I don't want to beat around the bush. You're going to be inundated with agents wanting to sign you. And that's why I'm here. I want to sign you. I said, I'm going to make you a fortune. I sort of just put it on the table. Thought, this is
very straight.
I was trying to talk into ways that I thought that people then wanted to
could really understand.
To understand, yeah. But so could other agents.
Yeah.
And I did have a bit of a pitch kind of rehearsed of what, I wanted to, tell him I could do. But I didn't need to, because he was very quick, and I think his dad, the story, he's put this in his autobiography, so this isn't an exclusive for you, but he has discussed this before, and it makes me laugh thinking about it now. He just borrowed, I think, about £12,000 off of his dad to buy a smart car. I don't know if you remember how
of course.
He had the little smart car, and he used to whip around, he used to drive around.
Good to park.
Yeah, easy to park. So he had that, and I just remember this young lad, he was 19, 20 years old when I met him, and he said, if you give me a 12 grand advance, I'll sign with you now. And he stuck his hand across the table to shake my hand. And I thought, is this confidence? Is it cocky? Whatever. I don't know. I just thought, I kind of liked it, because I was being straight and direct.
Yeah.
And he came straight back at me. He offered his hand for a handshake and said, if you give me a 12. And I put my hand in his hand within about 0.7 of a second of him saying it. Nearly pulled his arm out of his socket when I shook it. And I said, that's not a problem, because I will earn you that by this weekend.
Yeah.
And I did. I booked him some nightclub PAs or something. And I think I give him his check, and his head fell off. He couldn't believe, that money could be earned so quickly.
Yeah.
So that was the beginning of our relationship, and it makes me smile to this day, because I thought, you cheeky little so-and-so. He goes,
well, that's just his way, right?
It's his way, but I liked it.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting as well how you guys have been to he's been represented by you for so long, and in a way he becomes like family to you too, right?
Very much so. That's a good point. He is a loyal, but I'm very loyal too.
I think that suits both of your characters.
Definitely. One of the hardest things when you manage, especially reality TV, is managing expectations is the trickiest thing.
Yeah.
Because most young people that go onto these shows, they think they have this forgiven right to be a celebrity for the rest of their life, and earn lots of money and never have to go back and work in Asda or whatever.
Yeah, of course.
And the truth is, it doesn't work.
That's not actual reality.
That's not.
It's not the reality of the reality TV.
It's not at all. The actual reality is 90% of people will unfortunately not be very successful. There aren't very many Joey Essexes.